Welcome along to the Big Idea Show today with Cath Burton from the Lime Bar Cafe. Hello.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking about how do you create a safe space for someone? What is it that creates the culture of a space? So we're going to roll the titles and we'll be back very soon. So, Cath, welcome along. We have been speaking, or I don't know whether you call it speaking, videoing, not so long ago, and that was what inspired this chat, wasn't it? Because I interviewed you for the Creative Quarter video, and one of the things that stuck with me was when you said the best compliment was women feel safe in the Lime Bar.
That's right. And
that was what prompted this conversation. So, can you just give us a bit of background about that? What specifically do people say? And yeah.
Well, women just volunteer the information. We don't ask them, do you feel safe in the Lime Bar? They just say, I really like it. I always feel really safe here. So I just feel like it's happened organically, which it has. However, there's a physical space, for instance, in the Lime Bar in Folkestone, which is, it's a small space. It's open, it's square. It's probably about 15 metres square. There's no alcoves, there's no sort of dark passageways where women can get stuck with some, guy or woman or a person that is going to harass them. So in the physicality of the place is conducive to everyone can see what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Which might be one of those points that makes us feel safe. Makes a human feel safe, that all the cards are on the table, there's no hidden agendas anywhere. Mm-hmm. It's safe.
Yeah. And how would you, how would you describe this word safe in the context of kind of what we're talking about? Because we're talking about a bar, we're talking about a place that, until a few years ago, wouldn't have been considered somewhere you'd go out on your own, but now is. What does safe and that need and ability to feel safe, especially as a woman, mean to you personally?
Well, I just like to feel comfortable. I know I can still walk home on a dark night and I don't feel particularly safe. I pretend to myself that it's okay, I'm fine, I'm walking home, I'm in the dark. I'll go the lightest way.
Yeah.
I'll go where there's a street light. And when I've told a male partner or male friend, really? Do you? I said, well, yeah, I'm sure most women do, to be honest. I know guys can get mugged, but women can get raped. And they're two very different things. And, it's an invasion of someone's privacy and ownership of themselves and the space they're in.
Yeah.
And it's a shame in this century, the 21st century, that women still have to feel like that. And they do.
Do you think it's, like you said there, you say to male friends, and I get the same thing. If I said, I'll walk back, you shouldn't do that. And I appreciate their concern. But do you think some of this, that women don't feel safe, is because we're told, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't go on your own.
I just think it's as simple as males and females are physically, they're very different. Being a woman, okay, you can work out and you can be strong and think you're going to be able to fight anything off. But, a man is made in a very physical way, very different to a woman. And that is I think, and I feel that's the very basis of a woman not feeling quite so safe. Mm-hmm. So, you can bat someone off with a load of, clever speeches, something witty and sharp to say, boom, boom, boom. But we all know, if some guy actually wants to press you to the floor or corner you in a space, the chances of getting away from it are probably fairly slim.
Yeah.
If he really wants to impress himself.
Yeah.
So, for instance, at the Lime Bar, the ethos is to be truthful, to be honest, to have when women come, when men come, when people come to the bar, the staff know, we greet people, we give them eye contact, we shake their hands, we probably ask their names, we tell them what our names are, and if we've got chance we might go and sit down and have a chat.
Yeah.
And everyone's inclusive. There's all class types, gender types, age groups, You know,
Yeah.
it's people are made to feel welcome and you know, part of the community.
Yeah, and was that something you, like, obviously you consciously tell someone your name, but was that a conscious thing to go, right, our trademark or our reputation for the Lion Bar, we want people to feel safe and included, or was it something that kind of over time you've gone, oh, we always get these compliments, oh yeah, it's because of all those things that we naturally do?
We do naturally do that. I mean,
yeah.
we're both huggers and kissers, and we're both from large families. Mine's a demonstrative family. It's it's always a hug, and it's with friends, you know, just to say hello. It's not really good enough. It's like it shakes someone's hand. I mean, it's making a physical connection with somebody, and then it's more welcoming for me. You know.
Yeah.
I feel better, and it's like, you're welcome. You're here. This is a patch. It's a tiny little room. You're more than welcome.
Yeah.
I'm here to serve you.
Yeah.
We're also in close connection with the police in this town. We also have a no drugs policy, no drugs on the premises, no drugs to be taken on the premises, and we've got signs in the bar saying so. And so when, you know, any of the bar staff recognise that someone's, I don't know, possibly been taking cocaine, which is kind of getting a bit of a problem, we're understanding it most recently. And people become, you know, over-demonstrative. Not just men, women. They're larger than life. So we can keep it to an absolute, you know, a minimum or... no, sorry, you're off. So maybe women feel safe because they know they've seen us acting on those situations.
Yeah.
And getting rid of, you know, the very wobbly drunk or the very leery, outrageous, overconfident, coked up.
Yeah.
You know.
And does
twit.
And does, because, you know, in like years ago I used to work in a bar, and so I get that when you've got someone who's very leery, it can be quite hard as a bar person to go, I'm sorry, I can't serve you. Do you find, and I think it's great that you have the confidence and you feel safe to say no, you're not having any more. Do you think, we're talking about it feeling safe for the patrons, the people who come in. Do you find that the space and the fact that they feel safe and it feels very community gives you the confidence more to not suffer any falls and to not let those people who are going to ruin it for everyone say, right, out you go, sorry, you're not sticking to the rules? It fills us with confidence to know that people are nearly just watching to see what we're going to do.
Yeah. Are they going? Or are we all going to stand here thinking, oh, don't come near me, don't come near me. Oh. We don't want that. We don't want our patrons to feel like that.
Yeah.
So you've got 99% of the room feeling great. They're feeling relaxed. You know, talk to people they don't know, perhaps. Enjoy some music or a play or whatever's going on. And just for one, you know, the one bad apple spoils the whole barrel. We don't want that. Plus, you know, there is a law in place to say, you know, if the bar staff recognise that someone has walked in and they've had, as far as we're concerned, a lot of alcohol or a lot of drugs or a lot of whatever, and they are misbehaving, they're not behaving in a kind way towards their, you know, fellow human beings, then we have got the right, the lawful right to... you know, not permit them to be in the bar. Yeah. And if we actually serve them, it's also right. It's a legality. It's a duty of care to the drunk person or the drugged person or the whatever, for them and for the people around. Yeah. And so if anything happens to them afterwards and they find out, oh well, you've been in the Lion Bar, and so how come they gave you another drink? Legally, we're not supposed to serve anybody who's we perceive to be over the limit. Yeah, definitely. And if we do, the law could come back and charge us the minimum of 25,000 and revoke our licence. So there we lose our business. Definitely. Definitely. Big stuff. We lose the safe space. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I want to take this conversation just a little wider, just to kind of conclude. It's around... So we're talking about a safe space and very much this idea of a culture
of a space, I think, that you've wonderfully created at the Lime Bar. What would you say to other people who want to create a culture? It could be, a bar person wanting to make their safe space feel safe, but likewise, it could be a startup who wants his employees to feel relaxed or creative or whatever it may be. Is there anything that you can translate from kind of your experience into a more generic, do you think, about creating a culture for a space? It's quite a big question, but
I think, again, back to where we started, is the more we can make some physical, proper contact with another, male or female, for my personal feeling on this, it will instantly make somebody feel welcome.
Yeah.
And then someone's kind of looking out for me.
Okay.
Because they've made some kind of so perhaps, I don't know, policy in business, make sure all your staff have some kind of, just a little bit of eye contact, some point of contact.
Yeah.
With people. And
make it tangible, I guess, in whatever the thing is that you're trying to create.
And in some respects, then it will be a self-policing situation where the patrons will be looking after one another.
Yeah.
Not waiting for us. And they do that as well.
Yeah.
They might come and say to us, ooh, something's
not sure,
going
yeah.
on. Or,
it's
we're right behind you, they'll...
Yeah, I love it. It's this whole thing that you only need someone sets the tone, and if they're strong in terms of what their values are, of we're not taking any rubbish, everyone else very quickly follows suit and goes, yeah, come on, we're all together, and it very quickly goes.
And I think
leadership,
word gets
isn't it?
round actually to the people who have over the past 2.5, 3 years been had a go. And they word gets around, no, they don't stand for it.
Yeah,
and we get less and less and less and less of.
Nice. That's really good.
The types of people who are threatening.
Yeah, really nice.
And
okay.
they're not, to women and to men, but I'm sure to women who are on their own.
Yeah, teach them it's not acceptable. So, okay, right, Cath, we're gonna. I want to now us try and condense this down into some actions, because I love what you said about it does make people feel safe, greet them, make them feel safe. So let's put some tangible actions on this, or some take homes for people out there. What is your vision or your possibility? What do you want to say? What if to the world, to make a declaration for what you'd like to inspire them with?
What if every space was a female-friendly space? What if every space just felt completely normal, can walk about my business, not just in the day, but definitely in the evening times? And what makes women feel uncomfortable in public? When they're alone. It's obviously, it's something in our culture, in our society. It could be worldwide. It could be a humanism. I don't know. Yeah,
I guess it's some kind of initiative. And actually, Sally Kurd mentioned something about the angel shot, didn't she? And this idea that, a woman can go into a bar and say, I'd like an angel shot, which is code for call me a taxi. I feel uncomfortable that someone is in my space, or I want to get out of here, sort of thing. So, okay. Right, question number 2. What is your question? What is your one question to put out there into the world that you'd like to ask because you're interested in the answer, be it to a group or to an individual or, anything?
Well, on this specific point, it's really for all businesses or places where women are on their own or as a potential to be on their own, for just awareness to make females feel safe, to implement that.
So would it be kind of what makes you feel safe, but what makes you feel unsafe at the same time, and then we can take action.
Once we've established what makes people unsafe, then you're halfway there. It's like I know what I don't want to eat, which leaves all that stuff that I do want. That means I can eat that, and that. When I know how unsafe I feel, then we can work on the things that we'll implement to make one feel safe.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, thank you. And what would be your call to action or your step that someone can take to put some of this into action, either be it an individual in kind of how they can make a change to their business or to their kind of bar that they run, or be an individual?
There's like, this is a breastfeeding friendly space. There could be, stickering throughout the country. There could be obviously forums that meet that can exchange ideas, exchange positives with their businesses, with their events, with whatever it is where we're gathering outside our homes. To stick together, and for women to come and say at the bar, actually, he or she or I just had a really difficult experience.
Yeah.
And then we can look out for that person again. We can bar the person. We can, perhaps have a chat or send them to some sort of, therapy or whatever it is. But
yeah.
I think for community to be open and ready to to embrace.
Yeah, nice.
The female standpoint, this female stance, which sadly it's still there.
Yeah, and you said something there around kind of that idea of speaking out. Like, if you don't feel comfortable, don't just put up with it. Go and tell the person who runs the bar, someone, because like you said, it may be that it's the first step, but over time.
I mean, it has happened. It has happened in the bar where somebody felt very uncomfortable from something that a male said to her. She didn't tell us then. She waited till the following morning. She rang up and she was pretty distressed, and she told us what had happened. And now I know who that person was. I remember who that person was, and now we can act on that.
Yeah, like it. Speak up, and then action can happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cath, it's been wonderful chatting. I was going to say, there's no point giving a website, really, is there? Like, for those who have been living under a rock and don't know where the Lime Bar is, if you don't live in Folkestone, first step, come to Folkestone, and then tell us more. How can people come and experience a safe space for themselves?
Well, drop into Tontine Street, 46 Tontine Street. We've got a Facebook page, Lime Bar Cafe, Twitter page, Instagram, so Facebook page. We have got a website, not quite ready yet, but it's on its way. Contact on the phone, social media, most definitely.
Everything social media. And you were, because I don't think we got it, 46?
46 Tontine Street.
We're
open Tuesday to Sunday.
There we go. I'll see you there. Cath, thank you very much.
Thank you, Lee.
Cheers.